Hello, welcome to the Roy Rogers channel with your host, Roy Rogers. First of all, I wanted to notice that I'm going to be doing a screen reduction because, first off, eh, just seeing people's parties, I figure is not really other people's business, so I'm going to try to shrink down the screen a little bit. Anyway, welcome to the Roy Rogers channel with your host, Roy Rogers. Anyway, I want to go ahead and interview the guy that actually won the um, League of either I'm not sure, League of Pokemon or League of Pokemon. I'm not too sure what the title was, but he won this tournament, and we're going to be doing an interview. Jay, would you like to say hi to our audience?
Yo,
All right. Um, so, first question, and I'm sure everyone's figuring this out, but how did you win the the League of Pokemon tournament? Where'd you get all your comps from? Did you train them yourself, or did you look on the trade chat to get some comps, or where'd you get them from?
well, it's a very good question, best friends. And actually, in the first few rounds, just I had my team ready, I had everything I needed. Maybe I borrowed a Pokemon here or there, I really don't remember. But when it came down to it in crunch time in the finals, every Pokemon I used came from my main man, Herpetology. We call him Nate. He had his Extreme Speed Dragonite ready, which, by the way, fucked that entire tournament up. Everyone no one could do anything about that Dragonite at that point because no one was ready for it. And anyone who was ready for it, I mean, the only thing that was stopping it was a Vaporeon or a Starmie, which I banned. So I won every round with ease.
Well, that's a good way how to dominate the battlefield. um, Good answer. Good answer. So, question two. Um, so, um, like, have you won any other tournaments in the past?
Have I won any other tournaments? Are we referring to officials?
Officials, dailies, any tournaments? Have you ever?
Oh, well, I mean, I win a lot of unofficials. I mean, I have unofficial wins, but when it comes to officials, I mean, I only have one other official win. It was a doubles tournament that I got a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of help from the Fire line. I don't even play doubles, so fuck whoever lost to me there.
Uh, all right. Well, that's fighting spirit.
Hmm.
That's some good fighting spirit. Um, and question three. So, uh, out of curiosity, like um, like ban like the let's see what baton pass. The move baton pass was banned. Um, and how do you feel about that as a comp player that the baton pass has been banned?
I could not be happier, to be honest with you, best friends.
Can you explain your reasoning?
Definitely. So, I mean, in my opinion, I always found it wasn't even just the baton pass teams that bothered me because I mean, I had my own ways of dealing with those. But when it came down to just dry passing with Jolteon, that's what pissed me off. I just found it to be uncompetitive. It was just the dry passing was uncompetitive in my opinion.
And good answer. Good answer. Um, how do you feel about the bans on uh, Salamence, Tyranitar, Herclecross, and the
Heracross.
or Hercacross or whatever that bug
Uh,
fighting
okay, Heracross. All right, I got it. Okay.
and also and the two Dougs or Diglett and
Doug
Dugtrio.
Trio and Diglett. Oh, all right.
How do you
How
feel
do I feel
about
about the bands?
yeah? So starting with Tyranitar, how do you feel about that?
Tyranitar was warranted, man. Definitely warranted. It was, I mean, very hard hitter. I mean, it was. I mean, to be honest, I don't even remember what the reasonings were for banning. I just know it hit very hard, and Sandstream was annoying as shit.
And how about um like uh um the Herclecross or Hercross or how do you feel about that band?
I mean, definitely not as powerful as Tyranitar in my opinion, but the whole Endure reversal shit was fucking crazy, and there was really very with a lack of priority moves, there was very limited ways of stopping it.
And and how you feel about the ban of both Diglett and Dugtrio?
Both of them had to go because I guess mainly because of the support factor. And when I say support factor, I mean the fact that they got rid of not Heracross, they got rid of Snorlax and Blissey with these, and that kind of just set everyone up to bring in their Jolteon or Starmie. Which I mean, you don't have a special defensive wall anymore. You're gonna have a really big, really big gap in your team at that point.
And and how about the feeling of banning Salamence Choice Band?
I mean, I didn't even get to see it used in our meta, so I wasn't even sure. So, I mean, I saw the calcs and I just agreed with them.
All right. Um, I mean, and how about? Oh, I almost forgot one last ban. How do you feel about Wobbuffet ban?
Bro, Wobbuffet's uncompetitive as fuck. I mean, it's been banned for I don't even know. It's always been. It's been like every gen, if I'm not mistaken. I really don't know, but I know definitely should be gen in this gen. Definitely should be banned in this gen. Shadow Tag and then just counter and mirror coat. I mean, I don't even fuck with that.
Now, how about Curslax? I heard that
Curselax isn't banned anymore, dude.
Yeah. How do you feel about the unbanning of Curslax?
I don't use it too much, so I'm really not sure. Nor do I really give a fuck about it. I never had a problem with it. Never gave me an issue.
All right.
Other
Um,
people, I can understand why other people would have problems with it, but it just personally never gave me a problem in comp play.
all right. You sound like a really strong trainer then, because most
Yeah,
people had problems with Curslax.
I mean, oh, are we talking about beforehand? Not after. I thought you were talking about like now. Oh yeah, way back when, when they initially banned Curselax, it definitely warranted. Holy shit, it was warranted. It was just really easy to set up, and it was really easy to just fuck teams up. But I'm talking about now. We got choice banned. I have never had an issue.
All right. Good answer. Good answer.
Fuck yeah, it's a good answer.
So, uh, here's the next question. Like, um, first off, a lot of your fans, and I went ahead and consulted Golden Eyes and Double J,
Well,
and
let me stop you right there. That was pretty stupid because they both don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're both fucking idiots. No, not so much JJ. JJ kind of knows who he's talking about, but it's just I can't take the word on someone who's so not as handsome as I am. Golden Eyes dresses up like me in game, which is kind of weird. I mean, he just wants to be me so fucking bad. It's a little weird, but I mean, I take the good with the bad, and they're the bad.
oh, uh,
No offense to them in any
so
way, shape, or form.
well, I mean, Golden Eyes told me that they stole his look or something, but I guess, I guess, uh, I guess Golden Eyes didn't do it, right? So, um, so out of curiosity, you told me that you won the band, the band that you're wearing, and the overcoat in a tournament. Is that
hmm
correct?
Well, actually, I won the head tie I'm wearing from the NU official that I came in second place and got 500 rule points. The overcoat was a gift from the fire line, and goddamn, I look great in it.
Um, and oh, all right. Would you like to stare at Would you like to stare at me for the interview?
I would love to stare into your eyes for an extended period of time, best friends. You don't have to ask me twice.
All right. Thanks, Jay. So, uh, and also I heard that apparently you have I'm gonna say a giant crush on Pink Wings and Plogy for some reason.
I mean, let me stop you right there, best friends. So me and Pink dated for a while. I mean, but I had to break up with her so many freaking times. I mean, I would get on TeamSpeak, we'd be fine, and then she just would not talk about how handsome I am, and all she does is talk about, all she does is complain as to, all I say is I'm handsome, and I need to talk about her. No, fuck that. We're talking about me and we're talking about my good looks. We'll talk about you later when we get the time, which we probably won't, but still. Plogie was kind of the side chick. I mean, whenever I broke up with Pickwings, I would kind of go to Plogie, but Plogie never really noticed, and I really hope they don't find out about each other because this could be really awkward.
Okay. Uh,
I mean, I was fond of both, but
I didn't know you were part of a love triangle, I suppose. I guess you're very,
it's not three-way.
I guess you're very attractive. I mean, no woman on Pokemon ever said, I'm fighting for best friends or something. I never had that happen to me, but,
Oh, they fight over me all the time, man. It's all confidence, best friends. All confidence.
oh, alright. Um, guess good answer.
Fuck yeah.
uh, um, okay, so, some comp players have a little bit of a rough feeling towards the staff. Um, what are your feelings towards the staff?
All right. Allow me to kind of change the question up a little bit, only because you said comp players. So I don't think it's just the comp players that have a problem with staff. I think it's everyone who has their own little issues with different members. I personally, I like staff and I don't like staff. There's staff members that I love hanging out with on TeamSpeak. They're chill as fuck, and there's fucking douchebags. I like hanging out with Node. I think Dog Shade's funny as fuck. That's about it. Trends is pretty cool. Patrick can be chill when he comes down every now and again. I might be forgetting people, so I hope no one gets offended that I'm forgetting them. But I mean, I'd rather just not talk about all the fucking assholes and stuff that there are because that's just, you
Oh,
know.
all right. Well,
I mean, nothing to them. I mean, I personally just, I don't, I just think they're assholes.
all right. Well, the reason why I said comp players is because I noticed that I heard some complaints from some comp players that the staff aren't doing a good job, this and that. And I just
Oh
want to sort
my.
of know your your sort of scenario over this whole shenanigans that's happening in the comp player's mind. I mean, I believe that personally that if you're a real dedicated comp player, then staff shouldn't even matter. I think you should just battle and just care less about like 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 the outside. I mean, yeah, follow the rules and stuff, but overall, don't slander someone's reputation. I mean, that's really really low.
And I agree with you, best friends. I agree with you. Just keep in mind, I personally, when I say they're all assholes, I mean there's a very, very select few. For the most part, like a majority of the staff, they're pretty chill. Like when the ones that I've talked to, at least, they're pretty chill. When I talk to them on TeamSpeak, I don't have a problem with them. I actually enjoy talking to them. They're pretty funny. Just a few of them, like very, very select few, they're just fucking assholes. Like I said before, anyone who I forgot to mention, don't take it the wrong way. I probably think you're fucking great. Um, just there's a couple assholes amongst you guys, and they can go fuck themselves. No offense. You're dicks.
All right. Um. all right. Um. I I'd like to ask you this
Go for it.
this question, Jay. So um I heard that you got, and I think Nate was sort of advertising this a little earlier. I think that you got beaten by some new comp player. How do you think this is going to affect your play? Are you going to warm up a little bit more, or what?
To be honest with you, I don't know what you're referring to. I really haven't been battling the past week or so, so I'm gonna have to stop you right there and say no, I didn't lose to any new comp player because I haven't been battling too much. The only person I've been battling with is actually my in real life friend J Max, who I'm trying to train up in NU for the NU Poke Daily Masters coming up tomorrow. We've been going back and forth really. I mean, I'm not really. He has my team, so I mean, he's just trying his best. But I mean, I haven't battled anyone new other than that kid. So I'm gonna have to say no. I don't know what you're referring to.
Oh,
Maybe Nate would know. Would you like to bring Nate in?
uh, I don't know if he's up for this.
Oh, I'm sure Nate would love to come in.
Uh,
I'll get him in here. In the meantime, ask me another question.
oh, okay. Sure. So, uh, out of curiosity, I see you hosting the daily and stuff, and I noticed that you and Node work together. Um, how as far as the daily, is there how do you all coordinate the daily? Like in other words, how do you all be able to schedule every daily every week? Is it hard? Is it easy? Is it complex?
Hosting Poke Dailies? No, it's pretty easy, man. Basically, Node does all the work. TJ does some of the work, and I do like shit, except for make the bracket sometimes. I host every now and again, but I honestly I can't take the credit from them. Node puts in all the work. I think TJ would agree with me that we both do shit, but he does a little bit more than I do. So,
Sure. Yeah, I mean, um, that's a good answer. Um, so, do you have any um, like like any person that inspired you to be a comp? Like how are you were how how were you able to um, get into comp? Like how what kind of sparked you to get interested in comp?
to be honest with you, nothing really sparked my interest to get into comp. I just kind of slowly got into it. My brother used to play this game a lot. He got me hooked on it, and I just went from there. He stopped playing the game, and
Hey,
now I'm
wake
here.
up.
And while we're at it, best friends, Nate's going to be moved into this channel now. I'd appreciate if you moved him in so we can answer your question from before.
Oh sure.
What?
God damn it.
Oh hey Nate.
Best friends, what was the question you had for me earlier? I think Nate would be able to answer it for me better because I have no idea what
Um
you're talking about.
so didn't you say something about some well so some guy beat a J in the in some official or something? I forgot. Or not an official, but like in the one of the dailies.
He said that you said that I recently got defeated by some scrub kid, but I said I
I
haven't really been doing too many battles in the
I
recent
could be
past.
wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why
I
we
don't
brought you in
quite
here.
recall Jake getting beat at a Pokédaily. I don't actually recall him really participating in an OU Pokédaily either.
Hmm.
If
So,
he lost, he didn't lose to a scrub, I know that.
oh. All right. So sorry to drag you in, Nate.
Oh no, Nate, stay a little while. Help me out with some questions. I mean, the win that I got from
Okay.
the tournament. I mean, it's as much as mine as it was yours. I was just the one playing. All the Pokemon belonged to Nate in the finals, and I
Well,
couldn't have done without him.
actually, it was really just we were using some comps that had magically appeared in one of our members' boxes. And you know who was actually really, really helpful and authoritative in calling the shots for that official? Give it up for my man Senile. Yep, Senile called a bunch of big boy plays during that tourney and brought home the victory for Pokeora. He is actually quite the master of the OU tier, you know.
Oh, nice.
Agreed. Agreed.
And I noticed that we did a little bit of a somewhat of a video of Senile sort of like he was spectating battles with me, and he was saying like about the like Sableye and this and that. How did Senile become the legend that he became? How did he become the tier person that knew a lot about tiers?
Well, that is actually a point of a lot of contention around PokeMMO. Some people believe that he was born into the tier list council. He was specifically bred, similar to how humans or their counterparts were bred on Krypton. And he was bred for the sole purpose in a test tube of Pokemon tiering. And it's actually kind of cool. What his parents did when he was growing up, you know, some parents play Beethoven. What they did was they played Pokemon discussions. They would translate them into audio tapes from Smogon forums and play them over his crib so that he absorbed all that before he could even speak.
Impressive.
Yeah, and that's how he's got that wide base of knowledge today. I mean, it's
Hmm.
it's just amazing.
Now,
Definitely, definitely.
how did you know so much about comp, Nate? Because I heard so many stories about you winning tournaments.
Oh, I don't do much comp anymore. I just hand out Pokemon. I just started OU a few months ago, picked it up, kind of put it down. Now I just look at the metagame as it is, analyze it, and make comps accordingly. I give them to people, and hopefully people use them well and they win. That's kind of my entire life story on PokeMMO. Jay is a much more interesting battler, um, much more active battler too.
Sure. Um, hey Jay, did you ever get any Pokemon
Hmm.
from Nate
Did I ever? Well, you mean to use or to make my own?
Hey, wake up.
to for comp? Like for
Well,
instance.
Jade has actually supplied me with multiple comps on like the days of officials. Like he's just given me his own comps to use, and God willing, I actually win those officials. But other than that, I mean, most of my Gengars have his OT on them. I've bought multiple comps from him. Most of the time, he just gives them to me. He's that nice of a guy. He's
Oh,
got, a
nice.
Gengar that's not good enough for him because he wants 31s on every single one of those stats. Except for, I know he wants 31s on every single one of those stats. So, he's like, oh, what? I'm missing 131? This is a 30? Jay, take this trash. And that's where I come in. And I pick those up.
Um, so, um, hey Nate, I heard that you're one of the best breeders. Also, how are you able?
Incorrect.
Oh, incorrect. Uh,
No, I do not. Okay, so what I am is I breed the most. I wouldn't say cutting edge, but as far as this update, I've been somewhat ahead of the curve. I prepared for a few months before it and had everything waiting and ready, and as a result, all I had to do was put event moves and tutor moves on. So my Pokemon do tend to be like right ahead, but at the same time, if you're looking for the most 31s, um, there are definitely better breeders out there. Everyone has their niche.
oh, all right. So I heard something uh about something about breeding that like if you want to learn a move, then you would have to get shards and go to the tutors and stuff. And how do you feel about the whole shard idea, Node? Or not Node, Nate. How do you feel about this?
It's a time sink more than anything. Until it was buffed, it was a retardedly winded time sink. Having said that, it is efficient. Most of the moves can't be bred, which is a good thing, such as Heal Bell, Vaporeon, that sort of thing. But it does kind of the way they rolled out those event moves was an effective way to do it. It would have been rather stale if they just implemented more tutors where you paid 25K to get Ice Punch an indefinite number of times. They had to put some sort of money sink and or time sink to it, which I think was nice.
Sure. Yeah. Good answer.
Best friends, allow me to cut in here. Is
Sure.
this Nate's interview or is this my interview?
It's your.
This is my interview. Nate
So,
came in to answer one question. He's stealing all my spotlight.
uh, all right, Jay. You want the
Excuse me.
spotlight?
I'm sorry. I just had to. No, no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be an attention whore.
All right, Jay.
Oh my. Where are my manners?
I would like to ask you a question. So, how did you join Pokemon Aura?
That's an excellent question. I was on a shitty team. Um, it was dying. Scump, Linden, and the Fire Lion messaged me and said, "Leave the shitty team. Come here. We're active." I was like, "No, no, no. This is my team." And then the team died even more. And then Pokemon Aurora won the team tournament. At which point, a few days afterwards, I was like, "All right, fuck this. I'm leaving my dead team and I'm joining the dynasty that is Pokemon Aurora." No offense to my old team, of course. I love all you guys. Just none of you guys play anymore.
You mean whenever you reference to your old team, are you referencing the Pokemon or
No, I'm
to
referring what? No, I'm
uh
referencing the team status actually.
oh team
My
status?
homeland, all my friends are there. Just none of you guys play anymore. Breaks my
Oh,
heart.
all right. Hey Nate. So how did you get introduced to Pokemon Aura?
Diversity died, and a few of my friends were in there, and they recruited me.
Well, that's
Hmm.
nice. Um, uh, so, out of curiosity, I mean, I noticed um, that you know so much knowledge about comp, um, Nate, and I was wondering, why aren't you in the tier console?
Okay, my knowledge is centered entirely on the PokeMMO OU meta. I don't know anything else. UU, NU, Advanced OU. I'm completely useless in all of that, and the tier list council looks for more well-rounded people, as they should. If they're discussing something about a UU Pokemon, I would have no clue. So they have more well-rounded people with a wider base of knowledge than just PokeMMO OU.
Oh, all right. Good answer. Good answer. How about you, Jay? Um, why don't you join the tier console?
Much like Nate, very similar actually. I know nothing about anything other than when it comes to Pokemon, just all Pokemon OU and NU, and hardly NU to be honest with you. Just really mostly OU. And from the beginning of the video, when you were asking me about fucking Heracross and shit, I think that suffices as to how much I fucking like how little I actually know. Basically, my answers were just I don't fucking know. I never had a problem with it. I don't know why they banned it. It was probably overpowered.
Yeah, I mean, um,
So I don't know. I mean, I would not be best person for the job. However, I'd like to nominate King Bowser to be tier list leader because God knows he knows the most. He's probably better than Senile, to be honest with you. I don't think he's as good as Thing Nice, but he's probably better than Senile, and he would probably do, in my opinion, I think Nate would agree with me. He would be the best thing to happen to that tier list council, in my honest
This is
opinion.
entirely true. I mean, Bowser, a great example would be the Dragonite thread. He has brought so many well-reasoned arguments, and he's changed a lot of people's perspective, including my own, with his just well-thought-out arguments that were in no way asinine and self-centered at all.
sure. Yeah, I mean, I think Bowser would be a good person to go in the console. I mean, he's very. I think he's nice and he's aggressive on the battle and he's very aggressive and I think he's a little bit. I think he needs to join the console. I mean, he looks valuable. Um, so so out of curiosity about the whole tiering console and stuff, have they ever banded something like in other words like you were creating a team like for instance if you ever ran into a situation like you had a baton pass Pokemon and as soon as you heard it banned then basically you said oh I was just wasting my time here what happens if a move like that gets banned Nate well have you ever set up a team that you found out that actually baton pass was banned.
Well, I mean, as far as OU goes, I have kind of everything. So, I mean, every time they ban something for being overpowered, chances are I have it and probably have multiples of it. So, I basically just restructure my teams. Usually, I know when the bans are coming, so I just restructure my teams before then, start thinking of new Pokemon, and come up with something new so I don't become stale.
Oh, all right. And how about for you, Jay? How do you handle bans like that?
Basically, when it comes to officials, just take comms from Nate.
Oh,
Cause why make my own comms when I can just borrow shit from Nate? No, in all actuality, Nate pretty much supplies me with like a minimum of like two Pokemon in every official. But like usually it's way more than that. Like I said, the finals of the tournament that I won, every Pokemon I had, all five of them. There was five Pokemon in that tournament. All five of them were me. I mean, I'm sorry, all five of them from Nate. It was me playing, but could not have done it without Nate. And for the most part, definitely Senile as well.
sure. Good answer. Good answer. And and question going to Nate. So, um, do you know like any other comp scene other than Poke MMO comp?
I do not. I came to PokeMMO a while ago now, but that is the only competitive Pokemon I've ever done. I didn't know what IVs were before this game. All I know is PokeMMO OU. I don't even know third gen Advanced OU, which is the generation which PokeMMO is based out of. So no, my knowledge is extremely limited.
Now, how about yours, Jay? Hmm.
Hey Jay,
Jay?
I guess he's AFK.
Definitely the same as Nate, man. Definitely the same.
And um, good answer.
No, I'm here.
Um, all right. So, who, hey Nate, I noticed that like that most of the time I I find your opinions to be correct about comp. How how do you know so much about comp? Did you research about Poke MMO comp, or how did you find out so much knowledge about comp?
Well, I'll reiterate all I know about is PokeMMO OU. Having said that, I just kind of looked at the comp scene, made comps, figured out what worked. Pretty much every OU battler goes through phases. My packet loss is spiking, sadly. Am I still clear?
I think you're clear.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
you're kind of coming in and out,
Um,
but I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so every OU battler goes through phases. When you start out OU, you are doing one of two things. You are not using enough walls, aka you are running one, or you are doing what I did when I started comp, which you are running 3 to 4 walls and using those as a crutch. And once you get better at prediction and just know the tier more, what happens is you use less and less walls and, win more. I went through my kind of all wall phase where I had 4 walls pretty much constantly. It was pretty shit. Uh, and then I just kind of started figuring out what worked. All I do now is I spectate OU battles, I watch for tournaments, and luckily, I started off using the Blues guide on the forums, his OU guide, um, and Smogan as my EV spreads. I am now able to make my own EV spreads, which is good. But yeah, it's just kind of a trial and error and experience thing. I've just had a weird, pathetic amount of time to put into the game to learn the tier. That's pretty much it. Just time.
Sure. And how about you, Jay? I'm going to reflect the same question. How um how um how do you know so much about comp, Jay?
Um, at first, I mean, kind of the same as Nate. I mean, I just kind of tried to pick up on what was going on. I mean, I was in Guap for a while. Um, Before that, I mean, I didn't know shit about OU. I was using a Shuckle in OU. Um, I got into Guap team status, my old team. People like Old Keith and just like Linden when Linden was in there, they used to help me out a lot. Then when I got to Pokemon Or, they taught me basically everything I actually know that made me like a decent OU player that I am right now.
Sure. And question and this is really a Poke Aura question if anyone wants to answer, but people are wondering, is Pokemon Aura recruiting?
No, I mean the short answer is no. We have as many people as we need to cover all the tiers. We like to keep a community small, so no.
All right. So that's good. At least we confirmed something on my program here, because some people were actually asking me if they would like to join Pokemon Aura. Um, and last but not least, and as far as officials go, um, I heard about like there used to be level 100 comps. Were you there at that era, Nate? Whenever they were
Yep.
level, do you still have level 100 comps?
Yeah. I still have about 10 level 100 comps. Kind of glad that meta died out. People tend to reminisce about metas that actually sucked. Like, I remember with the marathon tournament, that had a really, really stupidly good prize for such a gimmick tournament. What people don't remember is the 3v3 meta had absolutely no variation and sucked. So did the 4v4 meta. The level 100 meta, that also sucked, to be honest. People tend to look back on it as the grass is greener on the other side. Jay's gone. They tend to look at it, with rose-colored glasses, where, oh, it was just so great back then. People reminisce about that, and quite frankly, they're deluding themselves. The 3v3 meta sucked, the 4v4 meta sucked, hundreds pretty much sucked. Yeah. From a competitive perspective of, just diversity in the tier.
Sure. Very, very good answer. Um, and um, hey Nate, um, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the film here until Jay gets back.
You guys
Um,
hear me?
uh,
Yeah.
I can't. There we go.
so, um, like, Jay, I'm gonna go ahead and reflect the same question to you. Did you ever have level 100 comps?
His packet loss is so high that I can't even see it.
Ooh. Uh,
Me? No. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Alright. No, I don't
Sorry,
know
go
what's
ahead.
going on with my packet loss right now, but it's pretty fucking crazy. Pretty much, no, I didn't do it hundreds. You see, I like girls, so I'm not a faggot. Um, who am I kidding? I'm a straight boy.
Uh,
Uh, no, I didn't do 100s, man. I did not do 100s.
all right. That's and like how
I
do
was
you
around, I just didn't do it.
and how do you feel about people reminiscing about level hundreds? I mean that
I
Nate.
don't mind. I mean, I don't give a shit. I mean, I would play it, so it was kind of hard for me to reminisce about it, but
Oh,
I'm there. I'm like, yo, I remember that. It was complete shit. Why?
Yeah.
well, I mean, now Nate sort of answered the that question, so I was just wondering about your opinion, Jay, since you're sort of the
Kind of.
star of the show. uh,
Fuck
I
yeah,
was
I'm a star
talking
of the
about how
show.
people
Fuck yeah, I'm a star.
people tend to look back on, the old metas and act like they were amazing when in reality they sucked.
all right. So does anyone have any last comments before we depart?
Okay,
Um,
I do.
Sure.
I certainly do.
Go.
For anyone with the intent of commenting on the Dragonite thread, please stop comparing it to Salamence. They fulfill entirely different purposes, and no, extreme speed does not make up for the 29 speed at level 50 difference. That's of course assuming you are not EVing your Dragonite with an absolutely moronic EV spread. Please stop making the comparison, it's painful to watch. Senile has stopped looking at your posts if you mention Salamence. Just warning you, if you want it banned, go with something else.
my last comment would probably be, Plogy Pink. If you watched the first part of this interview, I'm really, really sorry. I meant every word I said. JJ Golden Eyes, likewise. Love you guys. Meant every. No, I didn't really mean most. I probably did. I don't
Cloud9
know.
number
We'll
one.
figure it out.
Um, well, I mean, oh, and Double JJ wanted me to tell you that he was more handsome than you, by the way, Jay. He wanted me to tell you that before the
Well,
interview.
JJ's a liar and a scoundrel, and I mean, first of all, if I was ugly, I would probably want to try to make myself look good by saying I'm more handsome than Jay. But I mean, in turn, you have the same thing with JJ, where he's just not as good looking. He's damn near close. He's got like decent cheekbones and everything. But I mean, my cheekbones are far superior. I mean, the glare I just give people is just, oh my god, they're just gonna melt. Just, I feel bad for the dude because he's so close yet so far away.
All right, all right. Well, Um,
That's why Pink Wings comes to me and not him.
uh, so all right. Thank you for the interview, guys. And I wish
Well,
wish I
thank
could.
you.
Well, I want to give both of you a handshake though, but I'm not. I'm not there.
Yeah, no,
And
I'm good.
Oh, you actually, if you look in game right now, you actually AFK'd. You left me alone, best friends. I'm
oh
offended.
all right.
I can't believe you.
I'll be. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna be right back. Yep. And we are back. So anyway, thank you for tuning into the Roy Rogers channel. Thank you, Jay, for the interview.
Uh, Roy, I realize that you're not staring into my eyes anymore. Are you offended? Did I do something wrong?
Oh no, I'm just trying to stare into my audience.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
You promised that you stare into my
yeah. What's
eyes.
up?
And
Nah, nah, man, no, no. She touched my eruption button.
uh,
It was
so
beautiful.
so so anyway,
I mean, I
Nate,
feel like
please.
we had a lot of contact, but
uh,
you know,
uh, thank you for thank you for thank you for watching this interview. Please comment or subscribe to the channel, like or dislike, and don't forget this is the Roy Rogers channel. Signing off on
Thank you
actually
guys. Fuck you, JJ.
and
I have an eruption button. Please touch it.
all right
Amen. Thank you, best friends, for having us.
and thank you Nate and thank you Jay.
Fuck yeah.
User left your channel.